Now apparently this is a sinkhole that's appeared. I don't know how long it's going to go on, and it could be all the summer, and it started as a small hole and it's got bigger and bigger and bigger, and they're working 7 days a week, 12 hours a day to try and fix the problem. But it's quite incredible to say now it's about 8 meters deep, which is unbelievable. A sinkhole. I mean, I've seen some of these sinkholes on YouTube and they're quite amazing, but this is right in the centre of Sheringham. That's incredible. Well, this is Jackie and here I am in Sheringham, and I've got this wonderful crab stall here. I mean, look at that, absolutely beautifully laid out and everything, and so I guess then, Jackie, you've been here for some years, have you, on this stall?
The shop has been here for a long while. My great-grandfather started it in 1896.
Yes.
Went out of the family for a few years, and then my parents got it back, and I've been here for about 38 years, I suppose, now.
Do you think you'll like it?
No, I'm getting fed up with it.
Yeah. But no, I mean, this is my first...
it's been here, before it was a crab shop, it was a smokehouse for the fishermen's cottages.
Right.
Oh, it's for trout.
Yes, it's as a crab shop, it's been here since about 1896.
Wow, that's incredible, that's incredible. And you've told me where to find this wall, and thank you very much.
Sorry.
You see, you've told me where to find the wall.
So it's all along there, so you can't miss it.
Okay, right.
Yeah, it's the historic mammoths and everything like that. There's paintings all down there, and then further around there's drawings of fishermen and things like that. Yeah.
That's wonderful.
It's all down there.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Very
Have
nice
a nice
to meet you.
day.
Thank
Enjoy
you.
your walk.
Thank you. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Good morning! It's 10 o'clock on Thursday the 27th of June, and here I am, probably 2 miles to the west of Sheringham, maybe a little bit more, and I'm heading to no particular place, but maybe just as far as I can get. It's going to be one of those days, and I really do want to put in a big day today, because I've had a little bit of a problem kind of motivating myself yesterday. I just did feel really tired, and I had a busy weekend, and with all the other things that are going on in my mind, so I decided to have a day off. I felt as if I was kind of playing truant on myself, really, because there was one side of me saying get out and do it, and there's the other side of me saying no, I'm having a day off. It was like that. But I had some lovely phone calls, lovely messages, and of course the big one was this one. It was funny that the counter kind of got stuck on 993 for about 6 hours, and I thought, ooh, something wrong here. And then it went down a couple, and then it went back up a couple. And it was funny, at 4 o'clock this morning when I woke up, within seconds my phone went bing, and it's a message. I know there was several came through in quick succession from New Zealand, from Holland again, and saying congratulations, and then there was a whole loads and loads of people sending messages, so I shared it onto Facebook, and that started the ball rolling again. And it's a wonderful feeling that all you people are so interested to be calling me at such an early hour to say congratulations. You know, it was fantastic. And so I decided this morning to move away from Cromer, and I took the van to Tesco in Sheringham, which is right next to the railway station, and opened at 7 o'clock, so I did some shopping, bearing in mind I'd been up for 3 hours, and couldn't make a decision on the weather. It was sunny and it was warm in what I was going to dress in today, and I decided, because it's not, I don't think it's ever going to get more than about 14 or 15 degrees, I thought I'd wear my jeans today, which is the first time I've worn jeans for a long time. And so I made a start in Sheringham, and I got a really nice message, an email actually, last night from a guy called Clinton, and he lives in Kent, and he more or less talked me through in this email all the points that I really would want to know about this walk along to Hunstanton. Really well written letter by a really turned on, switched on guy who was very articulate in the way he wrote, and it all made perfect sense. Didn't have to read it twice, and I sent him a message back, you know, saying, well, why don't you come do some walking with me? So I've got his phone number now, and it would be lovely to have him over here. Unfortunately, he's not on Google or any of that sort of stuff. He just communicates by email. It sounded a really lovely man, and it was really good. And so I'm feeling much better for getting out here now and actually making a start. I think you'll all agree it was pretty frantic at the weekend in one way and another, and doing all the bits and pieces. But I noticed last night, I watched back my film from my last film that I put on, where I was walking from in Lowestoft, and then later on when I walked from Cromer to Sheringham. And God, I do repeat myself so many times, don't I? It must get wearing for you people, and more or less saying the same things, and I think it's been a bit of a nervous tension in a kind of a way. There's lots of other things going on in my head that I can't talk about, and phone calls and things, and I just maybe got a bit nervous, and so I do apologise for that. But I'd just like to point out also that there's been dozens and dozens and dozens of new people come on board on Facebook and on YouTube now, obviously on the wave of all these people who have been joining me on YouTube. I do need to sort of go over things a little bit for the new people who've never seen me before and never seen this programme before and all that kind of thing, just to introduce them gently into what I'm doing, and you might have heard that the day before or the day before. You know, I've got to go over the story now and again, otherwise people will think, oh, what's going on? So please bear with me, and things will improve. If that's your only complaint, then I'm not worried. The other really good news also is my daughter Sam, I told you she helped me on my laptop over the weekend. Well, Bri was on the phone last night to help me with my laptop again, and we've got a lot of things done. He talked me through one or two things that I really needed to know, and really how to update and how to copy and share on certain things that do need putting on in the correct places. And he was absolutely wonderful, very patient, talked me through it. And Bri is worth his weight in gold. He's a lovely guy, and he was so helpful, and but it was lovely to talk to him again. So I know I mentioned Ralph, and I'm waiting to hear from him, but if he was here, I can tell you what he'd say. Here we go! Right, well, here I am in a camper van actually, and I've just, if you look through the front window, you can see where I've just come from off this beach, and this is a road that leads down to this place. I think they call it Stackhouse or something. Salthouse, yes. I'm just outside of Salthouse, which is just down to the south. And this is Fran, and this is Charlie, and I was just walking past, and he said, "Do you fancy a cup of tea?" And I thought, well, I can't resist that. You know what I'm like for tea. And so you two people have come. Just are you here just for a few days, or are you just is it a one night, or how are you doing? I know where you've come from, but I don't know where you're going. What are you doing?
We're heading into Sheringham. We're on holiday for a week.
Ah, right.
We used to stay here with our daughter when she was younger, so we just popped in to see it.
Right.
But it's all changed.
Yeah.
The coastline's all changed.
Yeah, it has completely, hasn't it? And like all of that shingles like encroached onto the roads now. It's blocked.
Yeah, it used to be a car park.
Yeah.
It used to be a car park.
Yeah.
So we just took the dogs down on the beach so that they could have a little run.
Yeah, yeah. And you was telling me, Charlie, that you live on a narrowboat actually near
in Harlow.
In Harlow.
Yeah, on the River Stolt. Yeah, we've lived on there for 20 years.
Really?
Yeah, so
do you think you'll like it?
Oh, we love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love it today, like we did when we first bought it, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's our own.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I mean, I must admit, I like narrowboating.
But see, outside, it's the only bit of freedom you got now, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Everything else is built up.
But you obviously know your geography, and you've been around a bit, and you pick different places. I mean, this is a good thing about a van like this. It's not too big, and it's
that's just right.
Easy to
it's
park.
Okay. You can go big, all these big and beautiful things what they're bringing out with comforts and that. But they don't go into a car park. They don't
that's right.
go down a little road. You know, like
that's right.
This is perfect for us. It's a bit upgraded what we used to. We used to have ambulances and anything what we could put a mattress
bed in. Yeah,
that's
know? Right. That's right.
We're feeling a little bit posh in this, don't we, darling?
Yeah, well, I don't think it matters. I mean, it's very interesting what you say. I mean, I can get on an Asda car park with mine. I mean, nowadays in many of these places now, they've got what are called a goal that's got a bar across the top.
That's it. Yeah, it's stopping going in.
And I can't get in. Yeah. And I mean, some of the prices for parking, like 24 hour, 8 hour, £8 and all this sort of stuff. It's extortion.
You can go in, if you're a member of them little clubs, you can get onto a site with electric and everything for that, and you've got showers, toilets.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is nice, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be able to afford to camp on a site every night. When you think about this, this is like 500 days more or less. You know, you multiply that up by 15, 20 quid a time. It's a lot of money.
I'm being funny, but a month's time, when the kids are on holiday, then it all triples. Yeah. You know, like the prices triple, you know, so that's why we're lucky, because the daughter's got a little bit bigger. We can come away as elderly people.
Yes.
We've done all round the coast. We've done all round the coast in the van. Yeah. Mainly side of the road, car parks, lay-bys. Yeah. We've done it for years, and it's better. Yeah. It's better than...
It's good fun, isn't it? Yeah. You know what I mean? There's a slight risk attached, if you know what I mean, now and again. I've never been in any trouble, if you know what I mean. I've never worried for my safety.
Never parked anywhere where it says no overnight parking.
Yeah.
If it says no overnight parking, we don't want that knock on the door at 3 o'clock in the morning. But we've parked beaches, open the door, the dogs are on the beach.
Yeah, but we've always had the dogs, that's our alarm.
Yeah, same here.
Do you know, like they hear 3 times as much as us.
I mean, when I was in Wales, I went to Morrison's, I think it was, and I spoke with the manager there. I said, "Do you mind if I park on your car park tonight?" And he said, "Yeah, that's no problem." And I found that all Morrison's, they don't have these cameras and all that sort of stuff. And I parked in Morrison's in Cardigan, I think it was, on the Welsh coast, and I was there for 3 days. And the manager came and knocked on my door one day, and he said, "Excuse me," he said, "how long have you been here now?" So I said, 3 days. He said, "Well, I'll tell you what, mate, move your van and take it over there and put it near the forecourt so that the petrol attendants can see your van and they'll keep an eye on it for you." And I'm thinking he was going to give me a parking ticket sort of thing, but he told me to move it so it'd be more secure.
That's lovely, isn't it?
Isn't it?
You know. Well, we had that. I don't know. You must have walked Beer. Have you been through Beer?
Yeah, Beer, yeah.
Well, we was in a car park on the front.
Down the bottom.
Wasn't it?
Down the bottom. It weren't Beer. It was something else that was down there.
Yeah, it was just down the coast, wasn't it?
And there was a car parking attendant, a traffic warden, by, and we was going to put our money in, and I said to him, "Can we stay here tonight?" It didn't say no overnight parking. "Can we stay here tonight?" And he went, "You don't want to stay here." He said, "Go up there to the car park at Beer Head." Yep. He said, "There's a flat bit," he said, "for camper vans." He said, "There's tables next to it." He said, "It does say no overnight parking. He said, but don't worry about that. No one comes in before 9 o'clock, so as long as you've got a ticket at 9 o'clock, you'll be fine.
Yes. Yes,
and that was a traffic warden.
Traffic warden.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah, it was the same in Swanage, exactly the same.
We parked right next to the railway. We spent about 3 days right next to the railway in Swanage.
I was there as well. I was there when the Flying Scotsman was there. That was what, only a couple of months ago. Yeah, lovely place, isn't it?
I love Swanage. Yeah.
You know, the Old Harry and all those. Yeah, I don't know if we did any of the walkings around the cliffs, but it was bloody lovely around there.
We went on the train.
We parked right next to the train station, so every morning 9 o'clock, 9:30, we'd hear woo woo. It was great.
Yeah. Well, there's if you go to Sheringham, they've got a steam engine stuff.
Yeah, we've been on that. We've done that.
We're just retracing our steps now that we sort of caught in again, haven't we?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're trying.
Yeah, he's trying.
I'm trying. She won't let me.
Oh well, I better leave you to it then. No, seriously, I've got to go now. But thank you very much indeed for the cup of tea.
It's lovely to have met you.
I could sit here with the can of Stella all night, sort of thing. You know what I mean?
So if it were an evening, I wouldn't be moving. That's why we're here to come see if we could have parked here tonight.
Yeah.
But there you go.
Yeah. No, well, anyway, it's been a pleasure meeting you. Have a look at the vlog, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it. You'll find loads of like-minded people and fun people, like people who like a laugh. You know what I mean?
Lovely,
good stuff.
That's what life's about, mate.
Of course it is.
Just say hello to Tinkerbell.
Yeah.
Tinkerbell, is this?
Tinkerbell.
Oh, look at that.
She's been all over this country with us.
Look at that, lovely dog.
Everywhere.
Look at that. They know how to relax, don't they?
Oh yeah. She does. Lovely.
Right, bye now.
All right, take
Bye.
care.
Bye.
Can I have a cup of tea, please, mate?
£5.
Nice to meet you.
And
Nice
you,
to
sir.
meet you.
You take care. Good
Bye.
luck.
Bye now.
Good luck.
Bye.
Bye. Just walked out of Salthouse and I'm heading towards Cly in a westerly direction, and I bumped into these avid walkers. And your name, sir, is?
My name's Chris.
Chris.
June. And Chris.
Right. I know we've just been having a quick natter. You're telling me you've got experience of Scotland, which I'm very interested in you telling me about, because I'll be going up there at the end of July and walking up to John O'Groats. So, how did you find Scotland then? Was it a good walk?
It was a beautiful walk, yeah. We walked from Edinburgh to Dundee one year, and then we walked from North Queensbury to St Andrews.
Yes.
And the Kingdom of Fife is beautiful.
Right.
And so is Edinburgh to Dundee.
Yes. Excellent.
Yeah.
So is that as far north as you went to Dundee then, or did you go further north than that?
No, because we walked from Edinburgh down to Dundee.
I beg your pardon, you started,
we went
yeah.
Dunbar.
Yes.
Beg your pardon.
Okay. Yeah. Dunbar. Yes.
Not Dundee. Dunbar. Yeah.
Which is not that far from. I'm trying to think of the name. My father-in-law used to go on holiday there all the time, and the name's gone. I'm sorry. It was a lovely place. It was North Berwick, I think it was.
Oh yeah, North Berwick.
That was a nice place. It had a very sort of elderly lots of elderly people there. But on saying that, it was a very nice
place. Yeah.
So what about other walks then? Is it you're all fitted out with poles and stuff?
Sure. Well, we've been walking for about 10 years now. I guess every year we go for a walk, and we've walked from the West Country. We love the East Coast. Northumberland is one of our favourite places.
Yes,
I love walking
very
right through there.
Isn't it?
We loved it up there, and we love Scotland.
Yeah.
Wales, we've been all sorts of places. So we've had a fantastic time. We're not avid walkers. We do it once a year for a week.
Yes.
And just different places in the country.
But we found that Cornwall and Devon is a little bit challenging now.
Yes.
There's quite a lot of ups and downs
Oh, there certainly is.
on the coast there.
Did you do St Ives to John O'Groats by any chance?
No, we did Padstow to St Ives.
A Padstow to St Ives. Right, okay. Well, if you keep on going round the corner, that is tough.
It's challenging, and now with we find our legs are a little bit.
Norfolk is much more our cup of tea.
Much flatter.
And you got all these fantastic bird reserves and everything, and we've seen things we've never seen before here. So
we've become twitchers now.
Really, you do see lots of things, don't you?
Oh, amazing.
I mean, my view of this is that it's a lot quieter than I expected. Having just walked through Essex,
absolutely,
and Suffolk to get to here. Yeah. I mean, Suffolk was very nice. I mean, it's very green, isn't it? It's got some beautiful forests.
We've never done Suffolk. So that's maybe our next year's.
There's some nice walks. The only problem I'll say that you're going to get if you walk from Aldborough north to Southwold, there's no public transport. Whether that means a difference to you, I don't know whether they do it with 2 cars, in which case there wouldn't be a problem. But you get these odd areas where they just don't have a bus stop, a bus service. It's quite bizarre. And so I've had
organised. Just to bring on that, we have these organised companies. Basically, our luggage gets taken to our next destination, and we just walk from one place to the other. So today we've walked from Blakeney.
Yes.
And we're going to end up in Weybourne.
Yes.
So basically we just bring ourselves and our stuff, and our stuff will be waiting there for us at the bed and breakfast. So,
well, that's brilliant.
And it's fantastic. It's a great way to do it.
Yeah. That's where I'm heading actually. Blakeney.
Oh, Blakeney's lovely.
And how far is that roughly?
Get to Cley, and then you've got another 2 3/4 miles to do on the coastal path, and you'll get into Blakeney.
That's perfect. And I might see if I can get a bit further. It's one of these days I've been sat in my van for a couple of days doing a load of paperwork and arranging 1 or 2 things. And so I haven't been out for a couple of days really, so I'm making this just a fresh air walk and enjoying it and trying to recover some miles back, because I like to do an average of about 12 to 15 a day. Otherwise I don't feel it's worth going out for, if you understand.
Sure.
But no, it's very interesting to know that. These shingle beaches, I hate them as well. But
we're not looking forward to that.
In small stages.
Yeah.
We're working up to that.
It's been lovely meeting you. Where are you all from, by the way?
Leighton Buzzard in Bedfordshire.
Oh, Bedfordshire, that's really that's lovely. That's a nice part of the world, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
we like it.
Yeah. It's a long way from the sea.
Yes. Lovely to meet you.
And you.
Have a nice day.
You too.
Cheers now.
Thank you very much. Bye.
It's 3 o'clock now, and I'm just heading into the village or town of Blakeney. I'm not quite sure which it is. I think it must be a village really, but I noticed 1 or 2 buses going in the opposite direction back towards Sheringham, so I might have to hang around for a little while, but I'm not too bothered about that. I've had a good walk today. I've done about 13 miles, I think, something like that. I saw as much of the sea that I wanted to see, to be honest, and I think I got a feel for that, and I don't really want to walk on more shingle beaches than I have to, and I think that's quite sensible. My legs are really good at the moment after my scare only last weekend, in actual fact, when I was struggling, so I've done quite well to recover from that and get some of these bigger mileages in. I've kind of lifted my, I won't say mood, but I was getting a little bit bogged down. I'm not complaining because I've been so busy. I hope all you people realise now that I've got over 1,000 likes that you're going to have to put up with me for another year. Well, it won't be quite a year, but I've still got to go all the way up to John O'Groats and then all the way back down to have a winter break because I'm not sitting in snow for the winter. And then I'm going to go on the west coast starting March, April, very early, and get it over with before the mozzies and the flies and the kids. And I've thought more about the idea about buying a small Fiat 500 or something like that and towing it along with me. I think that seems quite a good idea, and I think I've settled on that idea. And one of the reasons is quite simply that I can't use my bus pass, and that makes a lot of difference to, you know, the amount of money I would spend on bus fares. Having this bus pass is brilliant. It's brilliant being 70 years old. You get a few of these little kind of treats as a pensioner. You don't get many. So I've just come now here looking at this beautiful church across the road that I'm going to do it, and on the top of it says 3:05. I really do think some of the buildings and the houses and everything, they make them look so wonderful, and it seems just special to this part of the world where they use a lot of local stones and things. They make such a wonderful job of it. So take a look at this, and I'll see you later when I get on the bus.